Hi, today I'm going to talk about full strip fake lashes. Now, fake lashes seem to be having a bit of a renaissance at the moment. I certainly use them a lot for work. I use the strips and the individuals and I love them. I think nothing really changes a makeup and the way you look as quick as a set of false eyelashes. Whether you have them on their own or with eyeliner, nothing sort of makes your eyes look so glamorous so quickly. So I'm going to show you how to apply the full strips. Now there are loads and loads of different strip lashes on the market and there's lots of things you have to take into consideration. Firstly, when you're choosing the length of the ones you're going to buy, bear in mind the shape of your eye. Now if you've got sort of not much space between your lash line and your brow, you won't want them too long, otherwise some of them will be sort of touching your brows, which looks slightly comedic. So bear in mind, you want them to look glamorous but obviously not completely over the top. Also the shape, if you're doing a makeup that's very round, like a big round smoky eye, then the ones that are longer in the centre and go shorter towards the outer corners, they're good for giving that sort of round look. Whereas the very slanty ones that have a lot more length at the outer corner, they work well if you're going for that kind of look. Maybe you're doing a liner and extending your eye out. And then also there's very natural looking ones as well, ones that just really give your lashes much more thickness and a little bit more length, but don't look as fake. Some of them come like this. You can see on a clear strip. These are the easiest to apply because they're very, very flexible, easy to mould. There are others, normally the thicker ones, that come on more of a dense strip. So again, they're slightly harder to apply because they're just not quite as flexible. And then some, which are very, very thick and dense, like these ones, on quite stiff base, they're quite tricky to apply. So if you've never used them before, I would suggest either starting with half sets, and these are the sort that go from the centre of your eye just to the outer corner, or starting with the ones on the clear strips that are very, very flexible and just a little bit lighter, just until you get used to it. I'm going to apply today these Ardell ones. These are 100% human hair, which sounds really bizarre. The only difference is they're a bit like hair extensions. Some hair extensions are synthetic and some are natural hair. It's the same principle with the lashes. So they're a little bit more natural looking. They don't have that sort of shininess and they're a little bit more flexible as well. To apply them, you're going to need glue. Most brands put glue inside the packet, so you can use that. I personally have always used the same brand of glue. I use Duo. It comes in dark and it comes in white, which turns clear when they're dry. I like this brand just because it is surgical glue, so it's really good for sensitive eyes, and I obviously work with lots of different people, and also it's waterproof and I find that it stays on very, very well. So I've just put a basic eyeliner on. It's quite a good idea to do this before you start putting your lashes on, just because it'll blend in the strip so you won't see it. The strip that this comes on is white and I'm just going to paint it now, which will save me having to touch it up once it's on my eye. So then just peel the lash away and then give them a little, just move them around a bit just to soften up the strip. These ones are quite soft, but with some of them you'll find they really need a lot of softening up. So I'm just going to apply the glue all the way along fairly evenly. Oops. If you get a blob, don't worry, just push it to the end. Wait for about 60 seconds. Never try and stick them on as soon as the glue's on because they tend to slide around everywhere. They're very difficult to make them stay in one position. If you let the glue get quite dry and a little bit tackier, once you get them into position, you still get time to move them around, but they stick much quicker. I think that's about ready now. Now I've used the white glue because the white glue goes on very white, but when it dries it goes completely clear, so it has a really good indication. It sort of lets you know if you're not used to applying lashes, it'll be able to tell you when they're dry. Now how you apply them just depends, it's very much personal choice. When I'm applying them on models or celebrities, I always use my fingers. I never use tweezers, just because I find that I can get in there much better. But when I'm applying them on myself, I use tweezers. Now there's the basic tweezers. These are just the Tweezerman ones, which I'm going to use today. There are special tweezers you can buy for applying fake lashes. Shumura do ones that look a bit like praying mantises that have a sort of strange angle, which are good, and lots of people swear by those. But I'm just going to use these basic ones today. So I'm going to take hold of the lashes. Close your eyes slightly, look down a little bit, and then drop the lash on top of your lashes. Now you want them as close. You get time, so don't panic. You get longer than you think before they dry. And then just spend a bit of time getting them as close to the roots as possible. Think about the angle, because you know, you can stick them so they're sort of going down, or you can stick them so they're going up, and you really want to have your eyes looking really nice and open. So you're better off sticking them there but having the ends really go up. Things like the inner corner, you're going to need to just hold it there for a few seconds, just so it bonds to the skin. And possibly the outer corner as well. Just hold the lash against the skin for a few seconds, just so it can bond there. And you do get enough time to kind of move it around if you think it's not in the right position. I can see the glue still white, so I've still got time to edge it round a little bit. And that's more or less it. So it's just at the roots of the lashes, sticking to the lid, but it's as close to the roots as possible. You don't want to sort of stick it halfway up the lid, so you have a space between the lashes and your lashes. You want them all to sort of blend in together. If for any reason the inner corner sticks to the bottom, if you close your eyes, just pull them apart. Just put your finger in and sort of pull them apart. And if you need to, you can always just use your tweezers just to take away a little bit of a string, but try and put them on with your eyes open as much as possible. Just keep looking straight ahead. So I've got one lash on, but in my enthusiasm to get these lashes on, I've forgotten to mention a crucial step, which is once you've chosen the lashes you're going to wear, you need to measure them. And I mean measure them from here to the outer corner. For example, if I'd been wearing these ones, which are very long across, you measure them before you put them on. So from corner to corner, this is before you've painted in the roots of them or you put your glue on, and then you can see how much too long they are. And you don't want to have lashes that go right into the inner corner, because lashes naturally don't anyway, and also you'll find that they sort of poke you in the eye all night. So if they are too long in that way, just take your scissors and either trim a couple off the inner corner if you want to preserve the length, or if it's already a bit too long, you can always take a couple off the long corner, but make sure you do the same on both lashes. And once they fit you perfectly, then you can go ahead and paint in the roots, put your glue on and put them on. Something to think about when you're applying the second lash is about getting your angles right. Sometimes you see people where one set of fake lashes is going up that way and the next set of lashes are slightly coming down and closing the eye. So both lashes are fully stuck down. As they were drying, I just really checked that the angle was both exactly the same, so they're matching. Add a little bit more brow pencil. A good thing to do is to add a little bit of black mascara now. I'm going to use Boots number 7 Extreme Length in black, and it's good just to go through your own lashes and the fake lashes. It just helps to sort of fuse them together. Now the ones that I've used are sort of the same length all the way across, so it's quite a round eye look. If you've chosen ones that are a lot longer at the outer corner, so it's more of an elongated look, once they're done you can always add a bit more eyeliner just to sort of complement that shape. Now the main thing to remember is don't panic. You know, when you first put them on, if they're sliding around a bit, it's fine, you've got time. You get at least a minute or two, which is quite a long time, just to tweak them with your tweezers or your fingers and just make sure that they're in the right place, so don't panic. If one corner does come unstuck, you can just add a little bit of extra glue and just hold it for about 10-15 seconds, and that should help to stick that corner. But they're a great thing to use. They take a little bit of practice, but once you've mastered it and you've got them on, they are great. Hope that was useful, and thanks for watching.